These government forces are preparing for another battle against Taliban militants. But this is not Afghanistan, where international and Afghan forces have been fighting an insurgency for years. These are Pakistani troops, preparing for another offensive against militants who are bombing, beheading, and grabbing more and more territory. Professor Pervez Hoodboy of Islamabad's Quaid-e-Azam University says the recent Taliban offensive just 100 kilometers from the capital has been a wake-up call for the government.
The fact is that the situation is grim. The fact is that the Taliban have made enormous inroads into the country, and it's not that they are just in Fatah, in the tribal areas. They are in our cities, and that's even more dangerous.
Pakistan has battled Taliban militants in its northwest tribal areas for years. But the fighting is now moving closer to population centers, forcing tens of thousands of civilians to flee. Government attempts to strike peace deals with the militants have not stopped the fighting and have sparked criticism from U.S. officials. Military analyst Talat Masood says the Taliban's unreasonable demands during the talks have hardened Pakistani attitudes.
They do not want the present administration to function. They want a Pakistan of their own choice, of their own vision, which is completely, undermines the Pakistani state. So I think the people now are seeing it, and that is where the good thing is happening.
Pakistan's new offensive against Taliban militants has been praised by U.S. officials eager for a more aggressive approach. But the Army's limited capacity for counterinsurgency operations and a weak central government have many concerns that the situation could worsen. Relations between Pakistan and the U.S. government remain tense. U.S. drone strikes against suspected militants in the tribal areas are unpopular, especially when they kill civilians. Masood says there are still tensions with Afghanistan, which many Pakistanis blame for their own worsening security.
I think there will be other concerns as well as regards the stability of Afghanistan as to how it is impacting on Pakistan, and especially in areas of drug trafficking, in areas of corruption that exist in Afghanistan.
The last time the leaders of the three countries met, in 2006, their summit in Washington was overshadowed by bickering over who was to blame for the Taliban's growing strength. 2 years and 2 leaders later, the tensions remain, and the Taliban control more territory in both countries. Newhouse, VOA News, Islamabad.